Today we take a fascinating journey through the romantic life of legendary Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger and uncover the intriguing stories of his high-profile relationships over the years. From rock and roll royalty to supermodels, Mick's love life has been as dynamic as his music career. So, let's begin. Mick Jagger and Chrissy Shrimpton had a high-profile relationship in the mid-1960s. Shrimpton was one of the most famous models in the world at the time, and Jagger was the lead singer of the Rolling Stones, one of the biggest bands in the world. They met in 1963 and began dating soon after. Their relationship was passionate but tumultuous. Jagger was known for his infidelity, and Shrimpton was often insecure and jealous. Despite their problems, they remained together for several years. Shrimpton inspired several of Jagger's songs, including Out of Time and Yesterday's Papers. She also appeared in the music video for the Rolling Stones song Have You Seen Your Mother Baby Standing in the Shadows? Their relationship came to an end in 1966. Shrimpton has said that she broke up with Jagger after she found out about one of his affairs. She has also said that she was unhappy with the way he treated her. Despite their breakup, Shrimpton has said that she still loves Jagger. She has also said that she has no regrets about their relationship. In 2012, Shrimpton wrote a book about her life called Shrimpton. In the book, she wrote about her relationship with Jagger in detail. She said that he was a complicated man, but that she loved him deeply. Mick Jagger and Marianne Faithfull had one of the most iconic relationships in rock and roll history. They met in 1964 when Faithfull was a rising star and Jagger was the lead singer of the Rolling Stones. They began dating soon after, and their relationship quickly became tabloid fodder. Faithfull was known for her ethereal beauty and her rebellious spirit. Jagger was known for his charisma and his bad boy image. They were a perfect match for each other, and their relationship was both passionate and destructive. Faithfull and Jagger were together for 4 years, during which time they inspired each other's work. Faithfull's biggest hit, As Tears Go By, was written by Jagger and Keith Richards. Jagger's song You Got the Silver was written about Faithfull. However, Faithfull and Jagger's relationship was also plagued by infidelity and drug abuse. Faithfull became addicted to heroin, and Jagger had numerous affairs. They broke up in 1970, but they remained close friends for the rest of their lives. In a 2004 interview, Faithfull said of her relationship with Jagger, "It was the most intense and passionate relationship I've ever had, but it was also very destructive. We were both very young and wild, and we just couldn't handle it." Mick Jagger and Marsha Hunt had a brief but passionate relationship in 1969. Hunt was a model and singer, and she was known for her beauty and her independent spirit. They met when Hunt was asked to pose for an ad for the Rolling Stones song Honky Tonk Women. Hunt refused, but she and Jagger began dating soon after. Hunt became pregnant with Jagger's child in late 1969. They had planned the pregnancy together, but they had also agreed that Jagger would not be involved in the child's life. Hunt gave birth to their daughter, Karis, in November 1970. Jagger was initially reluctant to accept Karis as his daughter, but he eventually acknowledged her paternity. He paid for her to attend private school and Yale University, but he never had a close relationship with her. Hunt has said that she never regretted her relationship with Jagger, even though he was not a good father to Karis. She has also said that she is proud of the woman Karis has become. Mick Jagger and Blanca Perez Mora Macias had a tumultuous relationship that lasted from 1971 to 1978. They met in Paris in 1970, and Jagger was immediately smitten with Bianca's beauty and her fiery personality. They were married in a lavish ceremony in Saint-Tropez the following year, and Bianca quickly became one of the most iconic rock and roll wives of her time. Bianca was a Nicaraguan-born actress and social activist, and she brought a new level of sophistication and glamour to the Rolling Stones world. She was also a fierce supporter of Jagger's career, and she accompanied him on tour and to red carpet events all over the world. However, the couple's relationship was not without its problems. Jagger was known for his infidelity, and Bianca was often insecure and jealous. They also had different lifestyles and priorities. Jagger was dedicated to his music, while Bianca was more interested in social activism and philanthropy. In 1977, Bianca gave birth to the couple's only child, a daughter named Jade. However, the birth of their daughter did little to improve their relationship. Jagger continued to cheat on Bianca, and she eventually filed for divorce in 1978. Mick Jagger and Jerry Hall had a long and complicated relationship that lasted from 1977 to 1999. They met when Hall was engaged to musician Bryan Ferry, and Jagger was still married to Bianca Jagger. Jagger and Hall began dating in secret, and they eventually had 4 children together: Elizabeth Scarlett, born 1984, James Leroy, born 1985, Georgia May, born 1992, and Gabrielle Luque, born 1997. In 1990, Jagger and Hall held a Hindu wedding ceremony in Bali, Indonesia. However, the marriage was later declared null and void by the High Court of England and Wales in 1999, on the grounds that it was not legally valid according to either Indonesian or English law. Jagger and Hall separated in 1999, and their divorce was finalized in 2001. Despite their tumultuous relationship, Jagger and Hall have remained close friends over the years. In a 2017 interview, Hall said of her relationship with Jagger, "It was a wild and crazy ride. We had some great times, but we also had some tough times. But I wouldn't change a thing." Mick Jagger and Carla Bruni had a relationship in the early 1990s. They met in 1992 when Bruni was a model and Jagger was still married to Jerry Hall. Jagger and Bruni began a secret affair which lasted for several years. Bruni has said that she was infatuated with Jagger and that he was the most exciting man she had ever met. However, Jagger and Bruni's relationship was also marked by jealousy and insecurity. Hall was aware of the affair, and she was often angry and jealous of Bruni. In 1994, Jagger and Bruni broke up. Bruni has said that she broke up with Jagger because she was tired of being his other woman. In a 2017 interview, Bruni said of her relationship with Jagger, "It was a passionate and intense relationship, but it was also a relationship that was not meant to be." Mick Jagger and Luciana Gimenez had a relationship in the late 1990s. They met in 1998, when Gimenez was a model and Jagger was still married to Jerry Hall. Jagger and Gimenez began a secret affair, which resulted in Gimenez becoming pregnant in 1999. Hall filed for divorce from Jagger in 1999, and Gimenez gave birth to their son, Lucas, in May of that year. Jagger initially denied that he was Lucas's father, but he eventually acknowledged his paternity. Jagger and Gimenez's relationship was never officially formalized, and they broke up shortly after Lucas's birth. However, they have remained on good terms over the years, and Jagger has been involved in Lucas's life. Mick Jagger and Loren Scott had a relationship that lasted from 2001 to 2014. Scott was a fashion designer, and she was known for her classic and elegant designs. Jagger and Scott met at a photo shoot in 2001, and they began dating soon after. They kept their relationship mostly private for the first few years, but they eventually went public with it in 2003. Jagger and Scott were often seen together at red carpet events and parties. They were also known for their lavish vacations and their expensive shopping sprees. In 2014, Scott was found dead in her Manhattan apartment. Jagger was devastated by Scott's death, and he released a statement saying that she was the love of his life. Jagger and Scott's relationship was a passionate and loving one. They were both successful and talented individuals, and they had a lot of respect for each other. Their relationship was also marked by support and understanding. Mick Jagger and Melanie Hamrick have been in a relationship since 2014. They met when Hamrick, a ballerina, was on tour in Japan with the American Ballet Theatre. Jagger was also on tour with the Rolling Stones, and the two met backstage at one of the Stones' shows. Jagger and Hamrick began dating in secret, and their relationship was not publicly confirmed until 2016. In December of that year, Hamrick gave birth to Jagger's 8th child, a son named Devereaux Octavian Basil Jagger. Jagger and Hamrick have kept their relationship relatively private, but they have been seen together at a number of events, including red carpet appearances and Rolling Stones concerts. In 2018, it was reported that Jagger had given Hamrick a commitment ring, but the couple has not announced any plans to marry.